Well, how diddly ho, kids. Welcome back to When It Loads Up Cambridge, where we are going to try and have ourselves a jolly good time because we keep winning stuff. And today we are going to be playing against Wimbledon first off in the EFL Trophy, that most prestigious of competitions, where clearly everyone tries their hardest. We will be trying our hardest though. We are at the end of the transfer window as well, which is nice to get there. Hopefully unscathed. We'll see if we can find any more players to bolster our squad any, because that would be very helpful. We have got a transfer budget that we don't necessarily need right now, to be honest, but we'll make the best of it and try and get in who we can. Like this guy would be pretty difficult. Just offer trials to those four. Why not? Why not? And then once we've had our transfer budget expire, I'm going to start doing some Wonder Kids scouting, because that feels like a plan to get the old Wonder Kids scouted and ready to go. Ready for our inevitable rise up the table, given that we are top of League One. Feels like the way to go for all of us, to be honest, as Hilton comes in on trial. Lovely stuff. Beautiful. We'll see if he can come in and get a contract. I don't know if we need a winger, to be honest, but it certainly can't help. We certainly need a cam, apparently, which is, it shouldn't have taken by surprise. My brain is right. Jamie Rice is suspended. So is Dejan Boakye King. So we're going to have to make a couple of changes for this game, but that's good. It lets us burn those suspensions in a competition that realistically I don't much care about. So that's going to work out quite nicely for us, I hope. We'll also have a proper look at these trialists to see if there's anyone we want to come in. There is at least one I can see that we do want to come. We'll have a look at Hilton as well, just to be on the safe side. Just to be on the safe side, he could be good. Tom Hilton. He can certainly cross and finish and whatnot. I was looking more for someone on the right, but actually he can probably play better on the right in our system. Can we afford him? That's always the big question. And it's looking like the answer is going to be probably no. For a fringe player as well, £200,000 a year. I mean, I guess we could, but I'll need 2 years on him to get that development out of him. If he'll take it, there we go. Job's a good one. I suppose I do also quite want Chris Arthur. There's almost no chance we can afford both, but we'll give it a go. No dice, but is there anyone we're trying to move on that can help us out? I wouldn't turn down a good offer for Jack Carbone. There's certainly no one I would be in a desperate rush to move on, so we'll be okay for now. Well, hey Liam, welcome in. How are you doing? I'm good, thank you. I'm very, very good. Definitely glad to be back in the saddle. Glad to be back in the saddle. That's for sure. We are going to conclude some deals before the window closes. We might even conclude some outs before the window closes. It's very possible. But I'm hoping Tom Hilton comes in and becomes a big player for us, because that would be helpful. For Nathan Davies, I don't think I can afford to bring in Nathan Davies. No. It's a shame, but the money just is not there. We do not have the cash. We could find the cash. I'll be honest, we could find the cash. Should we find the cash and forgo our Wonder Kid scouting, though? That's the question. I suppose we could Wonder Kid scout once we're up. How much have I got tied up in transfers currently? 2.6k. Alright. Let's shiftify half of that over then. More than that, that should do it. Shall Someone's been selling tactics from 26 for 20 quid and 50 quid to fix your tactics. Would I play it? Game cost zero? No, I wouldn't, because A, perfectly serviceable tactics are available for free. Not that I've used them, but they've always been available for free. And also, frankly, if you're not going to do your own tactics, what's the point in playing? Is the big question I would have there. If you have no interest in doing the tactical side of football, why would you be playing Football Manager? Like, if people want me to fix want tactics fixed, they're welcome to send them to me, and I'll help them out for free. Like, to try and sell a tactic seems, I don't know why I took that off. I will teach him English. Yeah, if someone wants a tactic fixed, I'll do it, and I'll make a video about it or something. I'm pretty easy with that. Hey, Kit, welcome in. Yeah, Leo, there was a guy going around on Twitter when FM26 came out offering to coach people to be better at Football Manager, and he was asking for 40 quid an hour. And every time I spotted him, I called him out as a scammer. So hopefully that got some people to not pay for coaching on football, because that's fucking stupid. Imagine paying 40 quid an hour to get coached on Football Manager. Right, well, you give me 3 years. I don't think I'm being unfair there. 3 years is a pretty strong contract. How are we, Kit? Welcome in. Loving that Ange has appeared. See if we get some of these players in before we play this next game. Be nice if we did. I am slightly worried that having signed a 3-year contract, it might keep us here longer than we necessarily want to be here. But in theory, any club that wants to come in for us should be willing to pay it. So feels like a win-win. It's a win for us, a win for Cambridge. And as we are currently top of the league, winning seems to be what we're doing. So that's fine. Or at least we were top of the league last I remember. I think we finished off the last stream top of the league. I've been asleep since then. It either happened or it didn't happen. Schrodinger's top of the league. So the agent officers popped up there just to be really helpful. Can I click in that? Of course I can't. Doesn't really matter. We're just trying to get these extra bodies in over the line today. And then see where we go from there, really. If the offer is good, maybe. If the offer is good, maybe. But I wouldn't hold a breath on it. I wouldn't hold our breath on him leaving. I don't think we're going to get an offer for him anyway. And if we did, it would have to be top end of his value. So, still got 5 spots in our squad. I don't have the money to bring in 5 more players, but we've got 5 spots in our squad. Yes, sure. Can I have those players? Right, Zois is going out on loan. That's quite nice. Arthur is about to sign, which is nice. So an extra striker through the door. A bit more firepower for the front line. Not that we need it, because we're winning, but you can never turn down extra firepower. So that's a good pickup. And does he... It's very annoying. This doesn't always sort them by their squad number. I don't care what number any of those players get, I'll be honest. There you go. You can have number 16. Enjoy yourself, Chris. Enjoy yourself. Wozniak's work permit rejected was not a message I wanted to see. Hopefully that will come in later. We'll take Tom Hilton on board. We'll take Nathan Davis has coming on board as well. I don't know why. Why did that confirm it for me? I don't know. Extra backup at left back, though, is always welcome. And then hopefully we'll be in a really good position for the finish of the season, which would be good. We'll get them welcomed as well. That's probably a good idea. Let's give them the welcome. Help them get into our squad better. There we go. You're all welcomed in. What's the... he's likely to stay here because I think he's probably going to play quite a lot of football for us. Okay, we're not going to get Wozniak. That's a shame because he would have been a really good option at defensive midfield. So that's a shame, but it does free up a bit of cash for one of those other players we've got on trial. I think we're going to go in for Jesse Gillard. I think he's going to be our guy. He's not going to be our guy. We don't have money for Jesse Gillard. Unless I reshuffle that a bit more. Have we got any more transfers about to happen? I've got to wait for it to clear Wozniak from the thing, haven't I? That's fine. Then it should let me use the money I was going to spend on Wozniak on Gillard, and then we should hopefully be okay. Absolutely lying to the media, but, you know, we've got to keep the fans happy. Right, Gillard, can I now bring you in on a contract, please? Yes. Perfect. Give you 2 years. You're 29. 2 years is probably about all I'm going to get out of you anyway. And then we should be in a really good spot with this team. We should be in a really good spot. I would like to get Dennis Storen. I don't know if I need him anymore. Don't know if I need him anymore. Don't know if he's going to get a work permit, to be honest. We'll try him. Because it certainly couldn't hurt to bring him in. 25. Let's give him 4 years. Just because we are a bit thin up top. Stratton over the weekend, only £10 a ticket. Not bad. Yeah, if it rains, you're in trouble, but... Only £10 a ticket, though, for the Stratton Bank. Make a bit of extra noise for the boys, you know. Alright. Sure. Why not? Have a fun soundbite. I don't know if I can be tempted to go to the Stratton Bank. It seems a bit... Yeah. Also, you know, as a football fan, we have to have our wild superstitions. Every time I've ever been on the Stratton Bank, we've lost. Every time. Every Swindon game I've ever watched from the Stratton Bank, we've lost. So that's also a thing to consider. Is he going to be cheap? No! Jesus wept. 289,000. I know you're good, but £289,000 a year is too much money. 115's not ideal, but at least he's an international, so he might recoup some of that. It's not an essential. Oh, we've had another bid rejected. Oh. 2. Oh, we've lost Gillard too, to bloody Reading of all people. Let's try that again, because he should be affordable now. Can you come in for 100 grand a year? 105. There we go. I am just kind of signing players. Never set up for us that way in, but rarely used. That's fair. It's fair. It used to be open quite a lot back in the day. For home fans as well as away fans. Not at the same time, obviously. But, yeah, never had a I never had a successful time being sat there. Are you going to be cheap? I do want another DM. I do want another DM. This would very much come under the panic buy category, though. We'll see. We'll see if our Libyan international makes the cut through customs. Rejected again. He's going to be fantastic. Come on, do it. Let him have a work permit. Okay, don't let him have a work permit. Fine. See if I care. It's very annoying. Let's have a look at our best 11. Just to see who goes in. It's telling me I should sign Peter Driver. Maybe. What does he cost? Way more than I can afford to pay. They're being very tight with what I can spend on wages right now. I'm very disappointed because I wanted a striker. Otherwise, I don't really care. I just wanted another striker. But now, oh, perfect, right. 125, 2-year deal. Perfect, love it. Great doing business with you. Please do actually sign the contract. He did sign the contract. What a boy. What a boy. No, he's not a panic buy. He's been on trial with us for like a month. If anything, that seems like literally the opposite of a panic buy. What does Maggie Thatcher and the guy in the tracksuit with a cigar that used to be on top of the pops have in common? They're both dead and no one misses them. How are you doing, Hindo? Welcome in. Oof. Oof. Not inaccurate, but oof. Very true. Sadly too true. But there we go. We've had our first child molestation joke of the day. I'm good, mate. I'm good. I've had a busy weekend. I went over to my mum's on Saturday just to do, you know, birthday type stuff. And she's managed to hurt her back again. And she was once again trying to be a hero. And so this is why I didn't do the side quest yesterday. It's because I was just trying to get as much stuff done so she wouldn't have to do it. And yeah, it just took me all day. I mean, you're clearly signed to play on the left, and he's clearly signed to play in the 10. I wouldn't panic it. Yeah, so it was kind of a... But otherwise, I'm good. I've only been back about an hour or so. Literally long enough to go to Tesco and grab a couple of bits and bobs. Rolling the dice on whether or not I'll get hungry halfway through the stream. But, you know, we've all done that before. So I'm sure it'll be fine. Porn Pong Dang Thong. Well, I've got to be honest. That will entice me to sign him. Excellent naming from the parents of Porn Pong Dang Thong. Clearly they knew what they were doing. They're like, our lad's going to have a career in football, so we're going to give him a daft name. It will get people to sign. Oh, come on. I can offer everyone else 28,000, but I can't offer him 28,000. Thank you for the follow again, the Black Dude E. I don't know why you unfollowed and refollowed, but thank you for being here. think we're about as done as we're going to be in this transfer window, because there is no way, unless it's like a really good loanee I could bring in. And it would have to be a really good loanee, because I don't really have a spot for them. He's a really good loanee. Oh, mate, don't. I have no idea. She insists on doing it. It drives me potty every time. Like, I only live half an hour away. Like, rather than trying to be a hero, just call me. Like, it's really frustrating too, because so she hurt her back in November, and she spent thousands of pounds on private physio for it that she can't afford, just so she could get back to work. And then once she got herself in a position where she could go back to work, she went back with a note from her physio basically saying, look, she can work, but she can't stand up for a long time. She works in a supermarket. So she was sent back with a note saying she can go to work, but she can't stand up for a long time. She needs to be either doing stuff or whatever, sitting on the checkout, blah, 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 right? And she was doing fine until Friday, when they decided to leave her stood up on a kiosk all day, and then she couldn't fucking walk afterwards. And when I tell you, I have never had to hold myself back from going down there and slapping someone stupid so much in my life. Took every bit of strength I had not to walk in there and pin her boss against the wall. Because it's just shitty management. It's just absolutely unnecessary. But alas, he's still alive, so it was a good day for him. It shouldn't have been, but it was a good day for him because he gets to live. Right, will you be free? Please be a free loan. I just want someone. Part of me thinking he's an international, he might be good, but then there was part of me thinking he's an international for Martinique, and if I could find a Martinique fucking hamster, they'd call me up. So maybe not. Oh really? That's interesting. I wonder how many were created before the last ban happened. He's going to end up being the guy I can get for free, isn't he? No. I don't know why you'd need to create 3 random accounts just to follow me. Like, I'll take the extra numbers on the ticker, but realistically, they're going to come in, they're going to fuck around for about half an hour, and then they're going to get banned. And it's going to be Jack/Harry. We know it's Jack/Harry. Because none of us are stupid. And then what will happen is they'll get banned again and go and harass someone else, who will then come in, find out they're a twat, and ban them. I don't really see how that's entertaining. was his star rating saying? I wish you could just click there for the report like you could on FM24. Do you remember the good old days when you could just click on the report and it would tell you if they were good? I don't even be good for one season. Like, realistically, this would just be a padding player. I'm not seeing anyone that's like blow your socks off good. There's no one to get super excited about here, but I will take an extra body in the squad for nothing. As long as like the club loading him understands that he is a squad player. Welcome back, Riley. Welcome back. Hopefully we will see good behaviour today. Doesn't look like we're going to see good behaviour today. Right, let's... Jordan Sharrett. He's not good enough to be in our first team, but if he's free... Prevent from loaning Jordan Sharrett because of the loan rules for their division. What? Evening, Will. Welcome in. It is a nice night for managing. How are you doing, my friend? How is the world treating you? Yes, I was just explaining I have been out of town for a few days. I was only supposed to be out of town overnight, and then I end up having to stay an extra day because my mother tries to be a hero, and it drives me mad because she's barely a functional human. And she keeps making things worse for us. I mean, not entirely by herself, but still. Had a chat with your mortgage guy, got a new illustration, hopefully I can get an offer soon. You have to do final checks and a survey. Well, that's positive news. I'm very much looking forward to the day where you come in and you tell me you've got the house sorted and you're moving in. I know not as much as you are, but I'm rooting for you, mate. I am. I don't really need another not right back, but I guarantee he's the guy that would be free. No, he's not. It's okay. Good. Anyone else here of any... Like, he's going to be terrible. Moldrov still had 2 months on. He's continued that one, said he could potentially give us an extra month if it's close to completion by expiry. Again, that's reasonably positive news. Just got to get something over the line, I guess. That 1.5% is underratedly massive too. Is it fixed interest? Oh, they start to veer into very grown-up talk. 5-year, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. A couple of friends of mine got their mortgage on variable interest, and I was begging them to try and get a fixed offer. Like, oh, but this is really cheap and the fixed offer's higher. I was like, yes it is, but a variable rate mortgage means you are going to get fucked. Because the banks ain't lending you money to be nice. just not how the world works. So there might be a player in there somewhere. You heard from me that my mother has a cat. She does. She has 2 cats. My sister wanted to get a cat today too. So that was nice. The way pay us for search today, we'll call tomorrow to explain if the completion date is before the 16th of June. We're good. If not, can I tell you ASAP? So see about getting an extension. That's perfectly valid. Perfectly valid. Gotta crack the whip with, especially with conveyancers. I shouldn't speak ill of fellow legal professionals, but conveyancers are the fucking worst for dragging ass. They are the worst. Like, I did a bit of time in conveyancing, and if there's no chain and no one fucks around, you can get a house from offer to completion in 2 weeks. As long as there's no chain and no one fucks around, you can get a house from offer to completion in 2 weeks. And any time it's longer than that, it's always either because of the chain or because a solicitor fucked about. I don't think people get told that enough. Yeah, we'll take him. Why not? I should get a cat? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I like cats. I don't want one in my house. Here's the mortgage offer happening yet. As soon as you get your mortgage, no reason it can't be quick unless searches take decades. They don't. They don't. Again, this is one of those things that conveyancers tell you to give them more time to fuck about. Almost every search, unless it's something really out of like pocket happening, can be done in under 10 minutes. There's a database. There's a database. You type in the address. You pay a small fee. You click search. And it's fucking done. You get all the information you need back. Again, one of my pet peeves with conveyancers is that is very literally all the searches you need to do on a house can be done in a day. It's just a matter of willing. It's not a matter of anything else. Like, I'm of the opinion that of all forms of legal professional, conveyancers are the biggest fucking charlatans going. They're worse than ambulance chasers. And I have very little respect for ambulance chasers, but even less for the vast majority of conveyancers. Hey, that was a random opinion that I just gave the world. I don't know why I don't think I need anything else in my squad. I don't think my squad's got any other weaknesses. I don't have any weaknesses in my squad, and I'm just looking. Like, yes, if I can get a left, I don't need a left back over the line. I've got enough right backs to last us the season, I think. Centre halves, we are more or less okay for. I could probably use one more, but it's not life or death. Centre mids, we're probably alright on. Wingers we should be fine on. Strikers we're now good on because we've got enough. I think we're actually good. Just out being a lawyer can drag ass while playing FM during a house sale with the best of them. There you go. There you go. Yeah, the issue I have with conveyances is it's one of the very few areas of law where you can more or less get your job done without having to wait on a horribly inefficient government agency to do something for you. Like, yeah, you've got to file stuff with the land registry, but the land registry are actually quite good. I don't think I've ever heard of a big delay in doing anything with the land registry. And, like, the one time I remember there being even, like, a borderline unacceptable delay with the land registry in my life was because the system had gone down. The entire computer system at their end had just crashed. And they were having massive tech issues. But, again, it comes up so rarely that there's issues with their systems that, like, you know they're not bullshitting. You know it's not an excuse. They're genuinely having an issue. I don't know why I'm still looking for players. I don't need any more players. I'm fine. I'm fine with players. It's okay. How have those transfers been cancelled? They were loans. They just had to go through. That's not helped me at all. It's fine though. We're good. We've got enough players. We'll be fine. If someone wants to buy a player and they've got money, we'll take it. Right, let's go play the Wombles. Let's go Womble along to the Womble Don. Still got one space in my squad. If I find the money to get one freebie in, it is possible we could squeeze a freebie out. In fact, let's very quickly stop scouting our shortlist. That's not going to help us anymore anyway. And we're going to shove all that transfer budget not into the wages, that's a mistake, into the scouting budget. 60k will do us nicely. And I'll have, for now, I'll have a surrounding divisions package, but if I can get some more money in, that might get turned up. Just so I can see what's out there ready for January. US we can go. Hopefully a new house is going to happen very soon. Mortgage company say, shit, I'm going to be annoyed because they offered this mortgage to me already in December and my circumstances didn't change. Yeah, it's valid. That's valid. Hopefully it won't come to that anyway. Like, it's one of those things where, like, when you find the place, you make the offer on the place. So just tell them, like, you know that it doesn't take as long to complete a house as they like to make out. And just don't fuck about, essentially. Why aren't they fair check then? Great question. Great question. I mean, I'd hope you wouldn't fail a check then. That would certainly be my hope. Oh, I've got to bloody reorganise this again. Of course I have. I don't know why it can't just stay like I've set it up. Right, Gray can be on the bench as a centre half. I don't need two strikers on the bench, so I'll stick Williams in there as insurance. Ortega is good as a striker option. Hilton covers both wings. Whittaker's there. I think we're good. And I've got options there, which is lovely. We're going to make Tewksbury. In fact, let's just very quickly dip back there. I don't know, mate. I don't know why you don't follow me anymore. I was not involved in that decision-making process. take these 18-year-olds, and we'll just make them available for the 18s to keep them match fit. Because I will come back to and rely on them a little bit. I am just thinking I want to get Hamad Ali actually on the pitch somehow, but I don't know where or how. It's not an immediately pressing issue, but he will have to play. It's not really a weakness on the bench either. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Someone will get injured at some point anyway. Squad numbers. There you go. So that was easy. Just pick a shirt out of the bag, lads, and go with it. Go with it. Right, let's get this done. Hopefully, to great success. Carry on last performance, lads. Carry it on. We'll do well. We'll do well. I think we're still undefeated this season, so this would be the time for that to change. Now I've said that out loud, wouldn't it? We'll see how it goes. We are underway at home at whatever the Abbey Stadium's called this week, because it is one of those stadiums that seems to change name every 5 minutes. The Cladara Abbey Stadium it is now. Good stuff. Got to throw in. Got to throw and give them back to us nicely. Good. Let's get this ball forwards. Towards the box, please. Beautiful. Lovely ball. McElroy's there. Over the top of Jackman. Oh, Arthur almost got a goal on his debut. With his first touch in a highlight. Would have been crazy if he pulled that off. Goddard. Go on, switch it. Oh, it's gone nowhere. It's gone nowhere, but we're good. We're okay. We are holding up our end of the bargain, which is lovely to see. Against a Wimbledon team who have come as Forest Green today for some reason. Pretty sure, I'm not an expert on colours, but I'm pretty sure there wouldn't have been a kick clash if Wimbledon had worn blue. Only reasonably sure there wouldn't have been a kick clash if Wimbledon had worn blue. I could be wrong. There we go. Jack Carbone gets a goal. Beautiful stuff. I'm pretty sure blue and yellow do not look the same. But apparently they chose to wear green. Make it make sense. Edet was a guy that I looked at signing as well. A guy on the edge of the box there was a guy I looked at signing. So hopefully he doesn't have a good day today. Don't think I looked at signing him to play there, but that's okay. He did look quite good when we briefly trialled him. I don't know why we can't see anything about him now, because we had him on trial. Arthur, Carbone, oh, he's gone for it again. He's gone for it again. Is it because they used blue and yellow? Maybe. Maybe. But like we've seen on this journey, like dead-ass 2 teams wearing the same kit before, so who knows? Who knows? FM26 things. Goddard kicks the ball right at Jackman. Not Hugh, Danny. Walker running at us. Calder, do a thing. Do a defending. Do a better defending. Someone defend. Someone, anyone. Good. Arthur put his foot in there. That's what we needed. That's what we needed. We're playing quite well. We're playing quite well in this one. I can't even remember who the big club who've got a reserve team in this group is. I don't much care. It's the Auto Windscreens, Johnston's Paint, Tampax, Sherpa Vans trophy, innit? So, realistically, it doesn't really matter. It's just an opportunity to go to Wembley. Genuinely couldn't tell you who the sponsor of this trophy is at any given time. Either way, it's 1-0 at half-time. We're doing well. Let's keep doing well. Let's tell a few players to sort their lives out. Calder and Driver. Not happy with your performance. The Virtue. That sounds right. That sounds right. I think I've blocked it out of my brain because of the trauma of Swindon managing to get themselves disqualified from a tournament no one gives a shit about. Aye. The final was yesterday. I didn't see who won it. If it was Luton, they should hand the trophy over. That's all I'm saying. It was very close. That was very close. Oof. You really a football fan if you don't want your team to win a trophy? It depends. It depends, because, like, if you think about it, your league team has probably won the County Cup several dozen times in the last, well, in your lifetime, right? Like, generally speaking, Swindon win the Wiltshire Senior Cup every bastard year, right? Do you care? Do you care about that trophy, really? Is it a trophy that is of importance to you as a fan of that club? Like, the club wins 200 quid or whatever for winning it. Do you notice? Also, I don't know how we've managed to go behind there, but I don't like it. Liverpool women's under 21 won the Merseyside FA Cup like 10 years in a row. There you go. And if that, if that's a thing that brings you joy, then, good times. But, like, I cannot imagine a day coming where I give a toss about the Wiltshire Senior Cup or whatever the fuck it's called. It might not even be called the Wiltshire Senior Cup. It might be the Wiltshire Shield or something equally meaningless. But ultimately, what happens is we send out the under-18s. They get to the final every year. They either play Supermarine or Chippenham, and they win it. And then the next year we go again. And at no point has my life changed in that process, Like, it's not like you're going to get a place in Champions League for it. And to go to matches, especially on my own, because outside of FM and stuff, I can't justify going to watch a bunch of female children play footy as a 44-year-old man. It's true. There does come a point where it is just creepy. Whatever trophy of all today at Wembley I care about. So that's valid. That's valid. But, like, even then, the EFL trophy, I probably don't really care until the final. Like, it's one of those trophies where you either get there or you don't. Whereas, like, the FA Cup, we could be playing any club in the country, and I care. Because it's the FA Cup. I guess it's all just kind of perspective, really. Like, Jack Carboni with a brace. Well, I don't think it helps with the virtue that they have tried to kind of inject this false sense of importance into it by having Premier League under-21 sides kicking around. Like, realistically, I don't give a shit about Chelsea's under-21s. Beating them isn't that impressive because you're just beating a bunch of kids. You very rarely see any of those teams putting anyone who's anywhere near the first team squad out in those games. Beating kids is highly illegal, it's true. But, like, Manchester United have never fielded Kobe Mainu in the Virtue Trophy, I would hazard a guess. He qualifies, but I would hazard a guess they would never put him out in that tournament. Like, realistically, all you're doing when you watch these under-21 teams playing in the Virtue Trophy is you're basically watching the players you'll be playing against in League 1 and 2 5 years from now. Well, it's true, but you know what I mean. Like, in terms of bringing anything of fan interest to those games, like, say he's coming back from an injury or whatever, he'd still play in any other game but the Virtue Trophy. Even though realistically, it's probably, if he's coming back from an injury, we want to check his match fit or get him match fit, there's probably more value to playing him in the Virtue Trophy than there would be a random behind closed doors friendly or whatever. Because at least it's a team that does compete at some level. Like, there's bound to be someone on that pitch it matters to. Like, realistically, when we play this Chelsea team here, realistically, the best outcome of that for anyone involved is that I'm going to look at this Chelsea squad, someone will play reasonably well, and I'll have a look at them for a loan, or to sign them when their contract expires at the end of the year. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a player play in the Virtue Trophy that I recall actually making it into the first team for one of the Premier League sides involved. I could be wrong, but I don't think I've ever seen it. Sure, let's hold a press conference for Chris Arthur. Yes, he's very good, and they'll all figure out how to be friends. That's the Cliff Notes. We are still top of League One, unbeaten. Unbeaten, up there by goal difference. We're just making League One look super easy. It's barely a contest at this point. I said I'd change tactics when I wasn't paying attention. That was funny, because I won't. Because we're top of the league. He's just going to have to earn a spot in the team. Like a grown-up. Just like every one of our other players. I just learned that I should in fact have eaten before I started streaming. Oh well. Right. How far down my pecking order is Rafa Santos? Probably far enough down that he needs to get the football in him. Realistically. Don't know how good Eastleigh are. They're probably alright. He'll get some football. He'll have a good time. And if he plays really well, maybe he'll get back into our squad come January. But it certainly won't be today. Right, let's do that. Right, Chesterfield up next. Let's see if we can keep this run going. I think I said last stream, we're not at a stage now yet where we can be like confidently saying we're going to win this league, but it's looking pretty good. It is starting to look very positive. I don't know why we've got a twerking human in the chat. Cannot pretend I fully understand that. Apparently 67 players just left us from trial. I didn't realise we had 67 players. I didn't know you could have 67 players on trial. Do not know how we pulled that off. Doesn't really matter right now. Right, Chesterfield have not yet won a game this season, which means this will be the one they win. Right, I wasn't super impressed with Driver, so we'll stick Ali back in the team. In fact, I think we're going to start Ortega. Get them both some minutes. That's probably going to be the plan. Because I do need for at least one of these players to become very strong for us. Right, we're on a good run. Go out and impress me. Make a difference. Make us proud. All that stuff we keep saying. Go. Do a thing. Right. Underway at Chesterfield. Lovely trip to Derbyshire for the day. Hopefully a very successful trip to Derbyshire. Won't be if we get bullied off the ball like that quickly though. Got to be honest. There we go, he got it back. He did his bullying back. And we're heading in the right direction. Lovely to see it. Are we going to see anything out of this highlight? I mean, it's gone on a bit long to be a kickoff highlight, which is always good. Chris Arthur finally gets a goal on his league debut. Oh. That's what we needed. Under a minute. And job is done. When I say done, job is started. We've started putting the work in to continue the unbeaten run, to stay top of the table. Because whilst it is a goal difference race, certainly not a problem with us being top of the table and staying there for as long as we can. I can't imagine we're going to finish this season at Cambridge. I'll be honest. I would be surprised if we finish this season at Cambridge. Even having just signed a new contract, I feel like if we can follow up a promotion with like an undefeated run sitting top of the table, someone's probably going to come and put an offer. I would suggest that's a likely outcome. Oh, he saved it. Excellent, we'll praise him then. Great penalty save from Evans. I'd like to see Ortega score. I didn't spend an awful lot of money importing a Central American from not to score goals. We only had one shot. And it's gone in. I like those odds, and we are now essentially FMing them, but that's okay. I'm fine with that. Perfectly fine with that. Let's keep that up. Let's try maybe defending a bit here though, because they've just got right through us. That's far from ideal. They have just kind of waltzed through us like we weren't there. Which some would say was not necessarily the ideal outcome. Some would say that was far from a desirable outcome to the events here. But you know what? We're gonna keep fighting. We'll keep doing what we do. We will get a second goal. I feel it. Just like that. Just like that. Chris Arthur just goes, yep, alright. We will in fact have a second goal. Cheers, boss. Let me just sort that out for you. Lovely 1-2. Finds his position. Turns and slides it past the keeper. What else can you ask of the boy? He looks like a very good signing. He looks like a very, very good acquisition that we've made. We're going to praise the boys now. And we're going to score a third goal. That's the plan. That's it. That's it. I thought he was going to get a third then. I thought him and Carbone were going to combine to give him a third. It might still happen. Oh, what a goal from George Goddard. Gibraltar international George Goddard has just rifled that in from 30 plus yards. Oh. Also, Ubersax is a great name. I want him. Jan Ubersax of whatever the fuck country that is, because I can't see because it's too tiny. I think that might have been Luxembourg. At the top, right, Ali's through. Come on, have a goal for yourself, son. Have a goal. Just a cheeky goal. Oh, Carbone thought he'd have a cheeky goal instead. This team's really good that we've put together this year, and I don't know how we've done it. I was putting together a team that I was hoping would stay up in League One. I was not trying to put together a team to win League One, I'll be honest. That's a happy little accident. I did not have any real thought of promotion at the start of this season. But with each passing game, it's starting to look like more and more of a possibility. So that's nice. It's a great save from Evans. Beautiful stuff. He's all over it. And we go again. We go again from the back, playing nice football, doing what we do. Got free kick for us. Don't know why he's played. There's not a lot of point in the keeper coming out to play that short, I'll be honest. Ali to Ingram Shepherd. Love it. Get inside. Carbone. Debiche is there, looking to get a cross in. Can he find a... Oh! Chris Arthur very nearly had his hat-trick then. Very nearly had a hat-trick. I would say we are going from strength to strength. Ortega's done nothing of note. And he's really the guy I'd hope would score a goal as the striker. Probably should have stuck a foot out there, to be honest. He's quite a big boy. He could have reached it. But alas, he did not. And it may be time for him to have a little rest. It's very possible it's time he had a little rest. Because, in fact, you know what? We're massively ahead. Let's stick Tom Hilton on. These are just going to be fitness subs, I feel like. Whittaker can go in there. We'll stick Latija on the right. Davis can have a debut on the left. And then we're going to hold back a sub somehow to get Arthur on. Or get Arthur off once he gets his hat-trick. Because I feel like the hat-trick is more or less feeling like it's a guarantee at this stage. Just given how lethal he looks in front of goal. You'd have to think he'd probably be up for a third goal at this stage. Risnes, back for... Oh, Brian MacArthur gets a goal. That was not the Arthur we wanted to score, but it was the Arthur who did score, and now we've got to actually take this game perhaps a touch more seriously. Ortega is going missing from the game. I think we've got to take him off. I think we're going to send in Smithyman, who I really did want to get rid of in the window. Just because he earns far too much money. I could have got 2 or 3 players for what I'm paying him. But if it gets to goal, we'll keep him. Whittaker. Goddard. Forward now for Hilton. Hilton looks for Arthur, who does get there. Beats his man into the box. Can't quite get it on target. But he looks very up for this league. And I can't say I'm unhappy about that. Oh, Hilton doing his thing. Calder. Big ball looking for Smithyman. Brings it down nicely on his chest there. That was beautiful stuff. We're looking good. Hilton lays it out for Davis. Davis on his debut as well. Off for Ali. Cross goal. Hilton can't quite finish it, but that's okay. That's fine. Because we'll keep going. We'll keep going. We'll have another one. We'll do it any which way we can. We didn't have it any which way we could. Let's praise them again. Let's praise them and hope that gets them excited to try and get goal number 4. They probably won't. That's probably going to be the final score, I would imagine, is 3-2, unless we really cock it up here, which would be my luck. We will just time waste. Can't believe we played that forward. I would have gone straight back to the goalkeeper with that. Gotta be honest, that would have gone straight back to the goalkeeper. Tom Hilton. What a goal. What a goal. That was a special goal from a special player. It was a very special goal from a very special player. Absolutely does Franson Jones. Goes through Perkins quite literally and then flicks it over the goalkeeper. And Tom Hilton might be the best free transfer I've had so far. He might well be the best free transfer I've had so far. That's nice. Let's address the team. Proud of your performance. Good job. Where is Hilton? There he is. Previously of West Ham United. That was his last vocation. He's played in the Premier League. He's played Premier League. Not well, but he's played Premier League football. So he'll be wanting to dig his way back up the leagues, you'd think. You'd think that'd be high on his list of priorities, would be dig his way back up the football leagues. Hilton is a 5-star luxury player, by both name and nature. He's certainly going to be a big addition to this squad. We're still top. We're still top. We're still unbeaten. We've extended our goal difference over Peterborough somehow. Oh yes, because we did get that late goal. My brain was like, how? We only won by 1 goal as well. And then I was like, no, we won by 2 goals. Good. Maths. Sheffield Wednesday are also unbeaten, but they just can't stop drawing. Imagine drawing against Oxford and Hereford. That's disappointing. John Terry is allegedly buying Colchester United, which I feel bad for Colchester fans. I saw that earlier and I felt really bad for Colchester fans. I've never had a bad interaction with a Colchester fan. And I don't think as a club they deserve to be bought by a racist. I just don't think that's a thing they deserve. I mean, I'd be hard pressed to name any club that I feel like should be bought by a racist, but do I know T? Gonna need more information. Can I buy a vowel? That's the question I'm going to ask. Can I buy a vowel? Because I am not sure what was being communicated there. Oh, Wozniak's gone to Motor Lublin. That's nice for him. Gets to go home. Okay, I'm going to fast forward. I'm going to go grab a drink. ready for the Mansfield game. Hopefully we're going to get another result. Okay, return just in time. Dog grooming. Do you have trouble selling players when at a big club, Manchester United or Chelsea? No, but I haven't really played with many big clubs in FM26, to be honest. Sort of the wrong person to ask, because I'm a bit of a lower league specialist. Hey, Meg, I'm good. How are you? Welcome in. Hope you're well. Long time no see. It's okay, we've got nothing but love for the lower league specialists. Oh, Jordan Evans is hurt. I think we're going to have to end up quick picking a team and tweaking it. Don't think I want an injured goalkeeper. Don't think I want an injured goalkeeper starting. That's alright. There's no one has any obligation to be here. If they did, they'd have a really bad life, I'll be honest. Good news in your journeyman. Go on, hit me. Hit me with the good news. We like a good news. Feel really bad dropping Chung. Do feel bad dropping Chung. Because he was really good for us. Managing team number 4 now. Want everything you can with Sirius IK. Nice. Nice. Left Sweden after finishing a runner-up in the Europa League. That is strong stuff. That is strong stuff. We like that. We like the good news. I'm going to drop driver for Chung because Chung is a weapon. He'll be disappointed to not be in the side. because of Arthur. But that's okay. The unbeaten run will continue. That much I will promise. That much I will promise. So just trying to sort out a thing. Went to Spain, became manager of Real Betis. Helped them survive relegation by a point. Spent 7 seasons with them just to win the Copa del Rey, and another 4 seasons to win the league and the Europa League. Fair play. Fair play. I think we should introduce you to Benny doing the longest save. Benny is currently trying to win every trophy in the game. Now in Germany, managing Hanover. Nice. Dele Gascoigne, he's got the best of Dele Alli and the best of Paul Gascoigne, but hopefully the worst of both, otherwise we're about to get murdered. We are about to have a really bad time if Dele Gascoigne only has the positive traits of both of those players. Seems to then finished the top 4 for the past 2 seasons. That's nice. That's nice. We love to see a bit of German expansionism. Arthur beating Knight there. There you go. There's a lovely oldie-timey fairy tale situation. Oh, Arthur's done well again to come. That man's a workhorse. Goddard into Arthur to Rice. Rice looks top bins. Doesn't quite get there. Slug over Germany and Spain are the hardest leagues I've come across so far. Valid. That's valid. They are like, it's easy to get into the top flights in those leagues, I find. But then you just smash your head off mid-table forever. Belgium's been decided to be next by the husband. That's not what we like to see. A lovely marital save generator, club generator. How have we gone behind against Mansfield? We are currently in League One on our somewhat random meander through Europe. We were poached from Gibraltar by Cambridge. They decided that they wanted us to come manage in League 2 when they were third, and they gave us the explicit instructions, despite being in third, that we had to help them avoid relegation, which I'd say we just about managed by finishing third and getting promoted. How have Fleetwood and Gillingham done? I'll have a look in a second. I think we've got Gillingham in this league. We might already have beaten Gillingham this season. I don't remember seeing Fleetwood. But we'll have a look in a second. We'll have a look after the game. I'll go and have a hunt, see what their lives are like. Huge Gilly fan. Ooh. He's gonna hate me then. Oh. Unless he's one of those people that can let go of a utterly pointless rivalry of 50 years history that no one alive actually understands. George Goddard having a lovely time though, our Gibraltar international, getting another goal today. Does like a goal. Does like a goal. We go, well, encourage the boys. Encourage the boys for more goals. Just give us more goals. But Chris Arthur hasn't scored yet. It's just a matter of time because he looks well up for it. Got into another game called TCG Card Market. I don't know it. Cannot claim familiarity with it. Explain. What are we carding and why are we marketing them? A simulator game. Okay. Simulating running a card market. Like Pokemon, but you sell cards. Fair enough. So like it's a Logan Paul simulator. Oh, now Delhi Gascoigne's running out. It's rip packs and sell packs and single cuts. Fair enough. Having playing tells you pay you per games. Okay. Sounds interesting. Come on, don't concede again. There we go. Debiche did a thing. Little games addictive like Football Manager. Fair enough. Have you had a chance to play Nutmeg yet, Meg? That was a tough sentence to get out. Nutmeg is quite interesting. Supermarkets. I'm aware of Supermarket Simulator. We've been playing its sister game Retro Rewind recently. Mind you, FIFA, fair. I've been giving it a go. I quite enjoy it. I hate FIFA, but I enjoy the fact that there are players that are from my childhood that I get to feel reminiscent about. Let's demand more. Come on, Smithyman's going to score this. Can't miss from this far out. How have you missed from that far out? Absolute wrong'un. Only simulator I play are Skyrim, Fallout, and soon to be Crimson Desert. Fair enough. I am a big fan of the Fallout games. Big fan. I say all of the Fallout games. I haven't played 76 yet. I've owned it for like 4 years. I haven't yet played it. Because I heard bad things, but I had some faith in Bethesda to get it right, and it was on sale, unloaded for like £1.74. So I was like, you know what? I might buy it while it's cheap, and then Bethesda will fix it, and then I'll get interested. See, Fallout 4 is my favourite, which is scandalous because you're supposed to say New Vegas, but I think 4 is a more enjoyable game. It's not necessarily a better game, but it's a more enjoyable game. And yeah, like 76, I'd just be playing it to gather lore. Like the thing I like about Fallout games is the lore. Are they not? I played some New Vegas not so long ago, and it certainly hasn't aged well graphically, but it certainly could have aged much worse given the age of it. I do read every terminal. You'll never see me do a speedrun playthrough of Fallout 4. I promise you that much. Because it takes me absolutely bastard hours to get through a Fallout game. It takes me forever to get through a Fallout game. I don't really want to play Boaki King as a left back, but I feel like I have to because I don't really have the faith in Gray to do it. We'll send in Ortega. I think that'll work out. Brilliant. And with the Elder Scrolls, it's the books. Yeah, I've never played the Elder Scrolls games. They're very much on my list. I've just never sat down and started one. Like now I've got Life is Strange Reunion out of the way. I think my next like big story based game, if it's not Elder Scrolls, will be the 007 game. Because I'm very interested to see what IO do with James Bond. Fair. I'll add it to my list. How is this the first game we've lost all season? Is Crossley really that awful as a goalkeeper? I know he's on loan from League 2, but he looked pretty good. A blue little round leveling up requires you to sleep, and the exploration does get boring. Valid. Makes sense. Like I say, it's on very much on the list of things. I did start playing Atomfall when that came out, and I wanted more from it than I got. Square not great factions or main quest, fantastic level out system exploration. Fair enough. Like, I know it seems like a ridiculous thing to complain about with a video game, but Atomfall was almost too hard to be enjoyable. Like, you'll just be casually wandering around minding your own business, and then suddenly out of nowhere a faction comes and just kills you, and you've got you might never have seen that faction before, have no reason to have any beef with them whatsoever, and suddenly you're just being swarmed and you're dead. It's just, it feels unnecessary. I didn't buy it either. It's on the Game Pass. I only played it because it was on the Game Pass and it looked interesting. You and your husband have moved? My word. All life changes. This is shocking. This is genuinely shocking. For us as an unbeaten team to get beaten by Mansfield is horrific. You bought a building of flats. Crazy stuff. Top floor, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. That's very posh. It's very posh. Any flats going empty and cheap and not in Swindon? So desperate to get out of Swindon. Fair enough. I think we did the maths not so long ago, and I worked out with what I bring in from just streaming. I could live very comfortably in South Sudan. Just fix the roof in Yorkshire, long way off. Fair enough. It's alright. Yorkshire's a lovely part of the world. God's country, that. I worked out I could live quite comfortably in South Sudan on what I make from streaming. Nowhere else on the planet, but quite comfortably in South Sudan. I just have to avoid being, murdered every day. But aside from that, feels like a win-win. Weather's nice most of the time. It's just a small issue with, the locals not being terribly friendly, and the occasional civil war, and there being no real medical system. See, that's a good thing to do. I'm technically a single parent. South Sudan will have another civil war soon. It's Sudan is north and south. Will never really be settled. I spent a lot of my time when I was working in immigration rescuing people from Sudan, both Sudans, as minor sort of skirmishes kick about. Burkina Faso, I'd have to brush up on my French. Also, I feel like I wouldn't do well under a dictator. So, there is that. If I wanted to live under a dictator, I'd move to the US. Obviously, I'd immediately get deported. Actually, probably not immediately. I reckon I can just about pass myself off as someone they don't want to, exterminate, eradicate, etc. for 5 minutes. That game went really badly. He cares? What? A dictator that cares? Putting money into infrastructure and plumbing and public services? That's madness. He clearly did not go to dictator school. They check my social media. If that's true, they would check my social media wall and they would not be happy. They would not be happy with how often I refer to him as the orange paedophile. That might upset some people. But yeah, that's crazy. Imagine putting money into infrastructure. Could we have, like, a benevolent dictator somewhere in the West? That'd be really nice. Your husband will go in there next year if your visa gets it. What, to live? You're going to live in Burkina Faso? Or just on holiday? Bought a block of flats to rent out to live in Burkina Faso. Not fair enough visiting it. I was going to say, that's extreme. Although, not going to lie, that might be a very nice lifestyle. 2 weeks, fair enough. I do have a standing offer to go and live in the Gambia. But it does feel a bit like it would be a bit of a lifestyle change for me. Not sure I could live there terribly happily. Cheaply, but not terribly happily. The only trouble I have with the idea of living in Africa, generally speaking, is that it's a very gaudy continent. I'm not sure I'd do well on a gaudy continent. Plumbing through daisies, diamonds, blue skies, lamely. What's up, buddy? How are we? Benny in the house. Talking of Benny, I am actually behind on my shout-outs, which is something I just recognised. I forgot to do young Hindo earlier too, and I don't remember. I never remember how many O's Hindo is. Three O's, I think. If not, we're going to be shouting someone out. Nature is calling. There we go. I think that's the right Hindo. I think. I'm sure I'll get someone very confused, and if it's not. Definitely answer the call of nature. That's a good move. Because if you wee yourself, I can't help you. But yeah, I think that's the one thing that would put me off of spending extended time in Africa, is that it's a little bit of a Jesus-y continent. And Jesus-y people tend not to like me very much. So that could be problematic. Mossman, welcome in. How are you, bud? How was your stream? If you are not already following Mossman, please do go follow the Mossman and welcome in the squad. I hope all is going well. We are here in Cambridge. We've just lost our undefeated streak, which is a little frustrating. We are discussing housing, relocation to random African countries, and pretty much any other bollocks that comes in our heads, if we're honest. You know how it goes. Oh yeah, sorry, I completely forgot. Let's check where Gillingham and Fleetwood are. Right. Gillingham are currently... I think they started the season with 6 wins out of 6 in the league. Just our first Champions League game to Juve 1, not a bad display. Has it been good? Well, we're 7 games into the season. We've just lost our first one. Not including the Papa John's nonsense trophy thing. Right, Fleetwood and Gillingham. Gillingham are currently 7th in League 2. Fleetwood are currently top of League 2. So they've been having a jolly good old time. In terms of history, Fleetwood have been mostly bouncing around between League 1 and 2. It's been a bit of a time for them, but hopefully they will stay up. And the Gills have basically done the same thing with an extra promotion and an extra relegation. So realistically, we're 15 years into the future and nothing has changed. But yeah, all being going well, West Ham, we're having a good time. I can't believe we just lost 5-2 to Mansfield, but our first choice goalkeeper was out injured for the game. I say out injured, he wasn't actually unable to play. I just didn't risk him, and now I'm regretting not risking him. Because the backups had a howler, so, you know, it is what it is. It does mean that the only undefeated team in League 1 now is Sheffield Wednesday, who have played 7, won 2 and drawn 5. Which, if you were a Wednesday fan, would be the most frustrating thing in the world. Because you'd just be sat, if we could just get our shit together and start scoring some goals, we'd be top of the league. But, we're still in the top 3. We are very much predicted to go down. And we are refusing. We are refusing to go down. No, I will still be here. Called up. George Goddard called up for Gibraltar. Kosovo under 21s have called up Agon Latija. And Chinese Taipei have called up Ming Wei Chung, which is lovely. Nice to see him getting some recognition after his cracking start to the season. He was a youngster I brought in just because I thought it'd be cool to have a Chinese Taipei international. And he's been really good. He's been really, really good. He's only like 18 as well. Request postponements. Keith Brown. Yeah, we'll take that for 4 months. We have 3 players who are international. Now, see... I don't think we need to rearrange these games because we've got a big enough squad. And I think we'd just be screwing ourselves over in the long term. So I don't think we're going to postpone that. I think we're going to just play through. Because there really is no benefit to us in postponing those matches. We'd just end up with a pile of games in hand later on in the season that I don't think we need. Most random player I've had a player from. On this FM, I mean, it's hard to say because on this FM we've managed in Tahiti. So I've had quite a lot of players from Tahiti. Chinese Taipei is probably up there on this one. In FM in general, I once had a world-class striker from Vanuatu. I was a big fan of him. Obviously a new gen, he wasn't a real player. But it was pretty random. I think he spawned at like PSG or somewhere too. Which I guess sort of makes sense, because Vanuatu is an ex-French colony. But it was certainly quite random. But he was a really good player too. Kabore's not been terribly good for us as a left back so far. He needs to get his act together. The point where I was considering putting Boake King in there, but I'm not quite there yet. I think we'll put Ali on the bench though. It does give us a lack of right wingers though, which is a problem. Guess we drop Ingram Shepherd for Tewksbury. Yeah, that should work. That should work. What about chat? Where's chat's most random player from? A question we can ask to both YouTube and Twitch, why not? Since we are, of course, live on both. Address the team, go out there, show the world you've got what it takes, please. Always say please in your team talks. It's just the polite thing to do. Let's go. Let's kick off and have ourselves a merry time against Grimsby at home. This is almost a local derby. They're not far apart, I believe, at Grimsby and Cambridge. Whittaker's just kicking the piss out of Bell, which is nice. Oh, takes it round him. Lovely stuff. Inside, Hilton, Whittaker, Kabore. Go on, to be a great time for you to improve your form. Whittaker again, loses the ball. Loses the ball, and now we're back under the cosh. And I think Grimsby are going to score a goal here. I do have a sneaking suspicion. Alright, Goddard's just stuck a leg out. Tactical foul. Bye, Riley. Enjoy wherever you're going. Daniel Onyango scores. We've managed Daniel Onyango in this journey, haven't we? I'm sure we've managed Daniel Onyango. Was he in Greece with us? Oh, we haven't. Maybe. Where the fuck have Grimsby got 3.9 million quid from? Hang on a second. Where have Grimsby got 3.9 million quid for a player from? They've had a tycoon, haven't they? It's another £500,000 quid there. It might be a Wonga loan. He's been there a while. I'm curious now. He's been around a little while. Another nearly £1 million quid there. This is... They're at the start of something huge here, aren't they? They've got about 5 or 6 million quid's worth of players on the pitch right now. Which doesn't feel entirely fair. I think they should buy one of our players for massively over the odds. Not someone starting, but, you know, like in the old days of CM 97, 98, where you could just stack up all the cash in the game by taking over those clubs and buying your shit players for stupid money. Come on, get it clear. I keep thinking we're in the stripes. We're not in the black and white. We've managed so many clubs who wear black and white stripes on this journey that my brain is getting confuzzled. That's what's happening. Right, Whittaker. Over the top for Chung. Let's cut it back. Debichet. Oh, it's not managed to get through again. Has anyone seen Simon on their travels today, by the way? On their travels through the Twitchverse. Should be a new rule. Yep. More for new rules as long as they don't involve more bloody VAR. Just train your refs better. They're sponsored by Specsavers, for fuck's sake. Get them an eye test. Come on. Oh, nearly. Right, come on, let's defend this. I don't want us to go in. We go in 2-0 down. This game is more or less done. I don't feel super confident we can come back from 2-0 down. Alright. Let's get in there. Show me something else. Tom. Keelan. Ramin. You're not being good enough, lads. Back your fucking ideas up, yeah? Have a go at looking like you want to be footballers. You know, the Tycoon takeover is forced to buy a player from every team in the league for 50% more than their market value. Have you seen Simon Thornley is the question. Mr. Simon of Thornley. Just curious, because usually he's in by now, and, you know, we do worry about the friends. I'm trying to think, it's Monday, so if anyone would have seen him, he would have been in Llama's stream, assuming Llama was live earlier. He might be at the gym, to be fair. Yeah, I've not seen Mr. Maggio today. But to be fair, we usually stream at about the same time. It's realistically the only way people can tell we're not the same person, aside from the fact we look nothing alike, and he's much better looking than me. Yeah, I assume Mr. Maggio would be live now. Oh, I thought Ming-Wei Chung was going to show off for everyone. Thought he'd shown off for everyone. Right, we've got serious problems with people not scoring goals up top. So, we're going to send in Ali on the left wing. We'll have to keep faith with Rice. Hopefully it's just because the fella next to him's being a bit shit. We'll send Gray on at left back. And hold back a sub unless, in case I figure out some genius somewhere to make something else happen. But yes, Mr. Maggio and I have almost always in the same slot. I'd imagine TJ is probably live now as well, without looking terribly hard. See, you get to know who's out there when you're in the old streaming thing and all that. If you get to know who's currently live. I'd imagine one of Kev, Jack or Zealand is also currently live. Without too much imagination going into it. I don't know them are live. Dan's live though. Rich is live. Right, could we stop conceding goals? Is that a thing? Guys, stop conceding. You're making me look stupid now. We were unbeaten when we started streaming, and now we're very much beaten more than once. It's sort of very much unacceptable. Who is going to... Right, Rice, you are utter dog shit today. So we're going to stick Tewksbury on the left wing. He's not good at it, but frankly, no one on our team has been good at anything today. So it feels like it doesn't matter who I put there, as long as I make a point. I mean, if he does something great, then I'll be more than happy, because Tewksbury is our young wonder kid. You know, adjusted for League One. Like, he is our best youngster. So hopefully he'll make something happen. But no pressure on him. Oh. Oh, Chungy forcing a save. Come on. Let's comeback's on. The comeback is on now. This is where we start the comeback. So we're going to dig deep and we're going to come back from 3 goals down and we're going to win 4-3. Ideally, the ball needs to go towards their goal, though. Ideally, with one of our players having the ball. As tactical fouls go, I'm not unhappy with it, but if he'd got booked, I'd have been annoyed with him, because that wasn't worth taking a booking for at 3-0 down. But it's okay, he got away with the tactical foul. We have been very poor today. Very poor. And I am starting to wonder if we'll ever score a goal again. Because for some reason, neither of our strikers seem particularly interested in doing the goal scoring. Can we try it now? Try it. Come on, have a goal. Oh, come on. I'm not going to lie, this Ortega lad is a bit shite. And he shouldn't be. Like, yes, his concentration is balls, but he only comes on for a few minutes a game. Like, I'm not asking him to concentrate for 90 minutes, I'm asking him to concentrate for 20. And even then, he only sees the ball 3 or 4 times when he comes on. So it's not like I'm asking him to do much work at all. Just pay attention for those 2 or 3 times he touches the ball. 20. Is he a millennial? Well, I don't want to make any of us feel old, mate, but he was born in 2014. He was born in 2014. In real life, he's currently 12. That's a bit terrifying. Welcome back, Meg. Does explain a lot. Who was born? Who was 12? Ortega would be 12 in real life. He was born in 2014. Obviously, he's not a real person, so it doesn't really matter. But perspective, you know? I keep looking at this thing, but Jenna Ortega, no. Not Jenna Ortega. No. Joseph Ortega, who is 14. That's right, 12 years. He's 12 years old in real life. But obviously not in real life. He's not a real person. It's not a real 12-year-old. I mean, there probably is a real 12-year-old in Panama called Joseph Ortega who plays some football. It's not this one. Jenna Ortega was 12. I'd literally have to hand myself into the police. She's not much older than 12, is she? Not that I want to make you feel awkward or anything, Will, but isn't she like 19? Oh, she's 23. That's not too bad. 23. She does look kind of 12, though. I think it's because she doesn't eat. She looks much younger because she refuses to eat food. Like, I'm not here to body shame anyone, obviously, but every time I see her in a film, I want to buy her a sandwich. I have no other emotion towards her other than I'd like to buy her and force feed her a sandwich. That's fair. But that was Christina Ricci, who... Oh, I love Christina Ricci. Oh, Christina Ricci. My word. She still looks fantastic. She hasn't really aged. I was very sad when they cancelled Pan Am because that show was incredible and she was amazing in it. Although it did come with a slight tism thing. All right, this is one of my slight tism things. I love Christina Ricci, but Christina Ricci is not and has never been tall enough to be an air hostess. Because you do in fact have to be over 4'11". There aren't heels tall enough in the world whereby she could actually reach the luggage compartment. I think we'll allow that. But if you haven't seen it, I do recommend it. It's a very good show. It's got Christina Ricci and Margot Robbie in it. I don't know if anyone needs any more convincing that it's worth a watch than that. But Christina Ricci and Margot Robbie in the same programme. Let's have another fast forward, one more very quick stretch break. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, returned. And it's Accrington Stanley. Who are they? I can't believe we lost 2 games on the spin. And we're still not way down the league. Mark Sewell could go out for some first team football, I suppose. Bromley are in... I say Bromley were in League One, but they're not. Bromley have collapsed. The wheels have come off at Bromley. Quite badly. Quite badly there. Reapply for his work permit. I don't understand why he isn't getting a work permit. Because he is a first teamer for the Thai national team, and they're in the top 74 nations. Sorry, top 75 nations. So he should qualify for... He should qualify for a work permit. I don't know why he's not getting one. I'm glad it's not just me, Wal. Heard the rules have changed. I'm reasonably sure they haven't. I think we're going to try Gray at left back, maybe. He's not really a left back. Black King there, maybe. He's also not really a left back. But Kabore is not playing well. Let's try Gray there. Oh no, McElroy's back to fitness. Clearly it's Green McElroy then. Midfielders. Right winger would be a good idea. Don't have one fit. Ali then. Not sure why we're looking for an account age for Pep. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a Twitch account. I sort of see the vision there. Let's go with that. I am about to realise the hard way that maybe I should have postponed these games in the international break, but I thought we had the squad to get through it. I'll be honest. Then a bunch of players have picked up knocks, and we might not. That should already be sorted. It is good. End the poor run of form. We've lost 2 matches. How dare thee? Let's go. Let's go get a win. Hopefully Accrington Stanley have got a lot of players out on international duty as well. Otherwise, I'm not really silly very soon. But I think we're probably okay. I think we'll knuckle down and get a result. That's the hope anyway. Arthur is not fully fit and I do not have another right winger. It's going to be Hilton moving to the right. That's a thing that's about to happen. Oh, Smithyman. Rice. Oh, Jamie Rice scores. Never fear, chat. Sir Jamie of Rice is here. And a good time is being had by all. Wardy's got an ollie. That's what we like. We have achieved it. We believed it. We achieved it. We have done it. And we will get more goals. It's okay that those 2 games were a blip. We just didn't want the achievement for an unbeaten season. That was what was happening. Gilles Bourgeois is an interesting name. Some would say among the most interesting names. Can we not? Why? 9 goals in 9 games? My word, Josh Hussey. Can I add him to a shortlist from the in-game screen? Is that a thing it will let me do? Probably not. Let's be honest, that would be too helpful. I can't. Berate. I will berate you. I berate you all. Or something. Well, it was nice while it lasted, but it appears that we are being completely outclassed. And that our opening goal was just lucky, rather than a sign that we were going to do anything particularly special. We're about to concede a second goal here, I just felt it coming. I just felt it coming. We do not feel like a particularly competent side right now. And I don't know why. I don't know why we don't feel like we're good at football right now. It all just turned round so quickly. Alright, that was pish, guys. That was thoroughly awful. Address the team. You've been terrible. And if you could just not do any more of that, that'd be good. Indeed, Accrington Stanley, who are they? They are the team that are currently beating us, though, so we shouldn't make fun of them too much. Oh, Rice has picked up a knock as well. I definitely don't have a spare... Oh, do I have a spare 10 king? I do. Just. Don't want to be taking off our best player, though. That's the trouble. Like, he is the only one who's shown any interest in being good today. And even that was briefly when he was scoring. Alright, Calder's stepped up. Let's keep this going. Debiche, Arthur. Debiche, you get down for Arthur. Can he score another goal? Another goal for Chris Arthur. He's into the box. Oh, of course he lays it off for a fella who can't score. Of course he does. Alright then, there's going to be changes made, I think. Changes made. We're going to take off Hilton for Ingram Shepherd. Ali is going on as the 10 to replace Rice. Carbone has been awful, so Macias is going in. McElroy off for Gray. And then I'll send on Boake King as a right back. That should do it. That should make us look a bit more like a team. Demand more. More of anything else than this. Please. Just someone, please look good. Wow, we've given it away from a throw-in. That's basics. That's basics. I know it was offside, but my word, how? How have we fucked up something as simple as a throw-in? Just make it make sense. Alright, Smithyman, go on, equaliser. Equaliser, do it. Wasn't far off. It wasn't far off. It wasn't close enough, but it wasn't far off. Well, that was shit. It will still have been shit if we score here. To be honest. I don't think we're going to. It doesn't feel very goaly, and it isn't very goaly. It was just more shit at the end of a shit day, to be honest. Good. Love that. That was poor. Please don't ever do that again. I'm actually going to have to do a team meeting. Be like, guys, don't let your heads drop. We can still blah, 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 blah. I'm sure it'll be fine. I am starting to think I should have taken the break. I should have taken the international break. I should have had it and rested all our players up. But I didn't. And now I'm sort of seeing I made a tactical error in being too confident in my squad. Sort of what I'm seeing here. Which is unlike me to be overly confident in my team, I know. certainly not a thing I ever do. Right. Jamie Rice, how long are you out for? 4 weeks. Jesus. Right. Let's do that one. Good. That worked well. Am I doing a scrandle today? It's very possible. It's very possible I'll do a scrandle today. I have been known to do a scrandle. Alright, we're going to drop Lopez down to the 18s because he's not showing first team quality just yet. No pressure, indeed. It's the only reason you're still awake. Alright, so no pressure, but it's the only reason you're still awake is for me to do a scrandle. I will bear that in mind. I will bear that in mind. No pressure at all. Okay, no pressure at all, but you'd all very much like me to get on with doing a scrandle at some stage. Good, good. We will do a scrandle. There will be a scrandle. I think we play Plymouth, then we do a scrandle, then we play Chelsea, and then we see what time it is. And if there is still time before I turn into a pumpkin, we might play Oxford. And if there is not, we will go and see who is out there for us to abuse in a pleasant way, in a friendly way, who we can friendlily abuse. Because that would be a lovely thing for us to do, is just go in and say hi to someone in a loving way. Some might say consensually abuse. Realistically, currently, it would probably be Doom as things stand, but who knows? Who knows who will pop up between now and that moment. There is always a possibility that we might see someone else pop up. Maybe Sean's got up stupidly early in the morning. Maybe Jigs will appear. I've not seen Jigs on for a while. Not seen Jigs live for a while. Which is interesting. Right, where are we at? We're almost there. Almost there to the Plymouth Argyle game. Some would say tantalisingly close. My brain just wants, is Benny live? But betting's not showing on my list. But I've had that recently with Twitch, where people are live but are not showing on my list, and I don't understand why. Alright, do another quick pickety-doo. Fullbacks, centre halves were good for midfielders, strikers. Yep, Sali then. Sali, let's hope we get better this time than we did last time. I do want to drop Kabore for Davis. I'm not convinced by Kabore. We'll try Nathan Davis. Nothing to lose. Because Kabore has not been super impressive, let's be honest. He is certainly not showing himself to be a world-class footballer. Right, can we stop getting bad results? Could we start getting good results? I'd like the kind of results where I end up happy. That would be the one. That would be the one. Let's try something fancy and new. And get goals. Get all the goals. Right, we can do this. I was so confused and I was like, why are we in white shirts? We're not in white shirts. We're very much not in white shirts. I couldn't tell you why Plymouth were in white shirts. Plymouth, of course, traditionally wearing green. But I was a touch confused for a second there. I won't lie. My brain kind of went, who is that footballer? Because I did not recognise his name. Should have been my first clue. Anyway, let's get goals, please. Goals for the Cam Bridge. Let's try a goal here. Would have been nice. It would have been nice, but we didn't quite get there. Didn't quite get the goals we so richly and healthily and mightily and sort of whatever else deserved. I just realised Ingram Shepherd's starting at a 10, and I can't think why I'd have put him there on purpose. But that's the danger when you quick pick into a game, I suppose. Sometimes stupid things happen. Let's play for set pieces. We're shite from them, but we'll play for them anyway, just because it will limit the damage. What on earth? I am not hugely fond of our fullbacks today. What the fuck was that? What on earth was that finishing? I badly need to figure out how to get more goals into this team. Oh, we've got a penalty. It's okay. It's okay. Unfortunately, Smithyman's going to step up and take it, and he's just missed from 5 yards out. So this is probably going into the car park. Holy shit, he actually scored it. Indeed, what have you just seen? What have you just seen? That was an appalling attempt at finishing. Luckily, he's made up for it this time by scoring a penalty. So, we're still ahead at half-time. In theory, praise the boys. Make them feel good. But I can't say it's been a good performance. Hopefully a second goal here will make it a better feeling performance. Thought Carboni was going to go for a rocket there. He's had a go. He's had another go. That's half time. Alright, half time and we are leading. We might end our losing streak. James Milner is in charge of Plymouth, by the way. I've just spotted that. James Milner is managing Plymouth. Not happy with your performance today. Come on, get better. There he is, look. Football's most boring man on their touchline. Let's do it. Let's get a second goal. Smithyman's going to have a go at another free kick into the box. Jack Carbone scores. Jack Carbone has popped up with a goal. Cheeky little minx. It's what we love to see. We're 2-0 up. We're finally back to looking like a football. I was worried for a second. Just a second. And then my brain went, nah, we'll get back to this. There's no way we can go through that big a streak of losing. We're not that kind of team. We're a big club who does big club things. And we've done big club things. Praise the boys. Praise Jeebus. Praise everything in between. And let's make some changes, shall we? Because, well, Ingram Shepherd has been, to be quite honest with you, a bit shite at being a 10. I have just realised that I put Ali on the bench as cover for our wingers, and he's not fit. So we're just going to have to suffer through Hilton being bad. We'll take Jack Carbone off for Macias just because he's booked. Can't do anything like Arthur because, again, I don't have another winger. So that'll have to do. That'll have to do for now. Maybe this is Driver's time to shine. Maybe Driver is going to get his first goal for the club. And I'll have to think about who I'm actually picking. Because that'd be nice. Great ball to Arthur. Debiche there on the overlap. He's going to come off in a second because he's a bit booked. Great ball through. Oh, Driver has a pop and puts it into the corner flag. That's gone well. I'll make subs in a second. Let this. In fact, let's do it very quickly now. Debiche can come off because he is booked. And I'm going to take off Whittaker because he's tired for Williams. Ball forward to Arthur. Let's have a goal. Come on, Chris. Oh, it's got brought down again. Debiche has a pop and it's over the bar. Alright, I'm just going to make an example of Hilton and send on Hamada Ali, even though he is in no way fit enough to be on the pitch. Hamada Ali is going in as a message that we don't tolerate bad days here. We work hard, we get our heads down, we graft, I've just berated the boys. I've just upset my players, they're going to hate me. It was a mistake, lads, I clicked in wrong place. Waste the time. Waste the time. Forward, love it. Oh, great ball over. Arthur's through. Arthur's through. Chris Arthur scores. It's 3 goals in 4 matches for Mr. Chris Arthur. And he looks like he's a decent player. Great play from Smithyman as well. I know I've been saying he's a bit shit, but that was excellent distribution. To look up, to see the lad with that much space and ping it over, pick him out with a long ball. Absolutely outstanding stuff. We're back. Welcome back, Benny. How goes life? You've joined us just in time, by the way, for a hotly anticipated, still can't believe James Milner's in charge there, boy. A hotly anticipated game of Scrandle. That's what's about to happen in a second. We'll have a hotly anticipated game of Scrandle. Everyone's favourite game of food. Which we will do as I... New emotes and new art, they finally come in. Your one-man mission to support the art community by buying all of the art has finally paid off. It's possible you've got too much art. 2 pieces, 2 arts, wild. Right, let's holiday to the Chelsea game. And then let's pull up OBS. Go for the interwebs. There is the Scrandor. And well, we all know the rules of Scrandor. It's going to show us 2 pieces of food. And in chat, we're going to pick right or left as to which one we would rather put in our face holes. It's lovely stuffs. So, eyes down for the bonus round. We've got chicken tendies and fries with Andalous sauce, £6.70, it's standard Liège. Or, Ariel Coron of Spain are offering bocadillo con bacon y queso, which is a fun way of saying that's a bacon and cheese sandwich. So, chicken tendies or a bacon and cheese sandwich. We've got 3 votes for left. Any more votes for any more? Okay, we go left. Next up, the Arsenal women's team are offering a steak sandwich with black garlic mayo, rocket onion rings and chips for £24. Or Manchester United are offering char grilled shit. It's allegedly a hot dog, but it just looks fucking awful. I feel like despite Liam's very accurate principles, we're going to say left. Because this looks fucking awful. 21% of people said they'd eat that. Goes to show Manchester United fans. Say so much must be hospo, yeah. Did look hospitality like. Right, fish and chips, mushy peas, tartar sauce, £9.50 at the old Tottenham Hotspur. Or a hawky porky bowl, barbecue pulled pork, cheese sauce, chips, crispy onions, £7 at Havant, Waterlooville FC. We've got 2 lefts. Another left. Classic fish and chips wins. And classic fish and chips does win. Alright. Jacket potato with beans and mushy peas. That's just too much wet shit. Burton Albion. Only £3 though. Only £3. So, alright. Or, the Houston Dynamo are doing 2 pork belly sandwiches with 4 egg rolls and chips. Those are quite clearly crisps. Not chips. But it's also £42.50. Which is fucking extortionate. £3 for this, or £42 for this shit. That's not even enough food for one human. Got 2 lefts, we've got a right, we're going left. This does look like better food, but it's not £42 worth of food. It's somehow still won. Don't ask me how. Right. We've got loaded fries, £5.50 from the old Columbus Crew, who are my favourite rap group. Or Tranmere Rovers are offering this attempt at a hot dog, which, let's be honest, looks fucking miserable. Like, I'm not going to lie, this comes out looking like this, doesn't it? Let's be honest, this is food poisoning. Benny has gone for a left. Liam has gone for a left. Fair, but we can't go on what it was when you were there. We only realised the picture and that looks like death in a bun. We're going left and we've won on left, which is nice. Alright. So, TSCC Yokohama of Japan are offering this strawberry bubble waffle for £4.30. Or wings and chips from Barton Rovers, who I believe are in Herefordshire, for £6. We've got a right, we've got a left, we've got a left, we've got a left. I would be inclined to agree that this is in fact fucking dynamite, Benny. This looks incredible. That makes me want to go to Yokohama. The chicken looks fine. The chicken is perfectly serviceable. It is a really tough choice. But this looks fucking incredible. We somehow lost. Right, a scone and a hot drink at Edinburgh University. They're only students. To be fair, this is high quality food for students. Scone and a drink. Not sure if the jam and the cream are the right around, but, you know, we'll let them off. They're students, they're still learning. Or chicken heroes and chips from Slough for £10. We have quite a lot of rights. I like a good hero too. Can I go wrong with a good hero? Left looks solid and cheap, but smash that butt. Yeah, the hero looks great. We're going to go with a hero. I need a hero. Alright, we're about to get weird. Energy Cottbus of Germany are offering a salted herring sandwich for £2.10. But I'm not sure the herring is dead, just lost. The Philly cheesesteak at Sheffield Wednesday, which I think is a clue to why it looks fucking awful, is a £5. Now, Benny, I don't make the choice here. Chat makes the choice. Sadly, we can't pick none, because they do both look terrible. But we're going to have to make a tough choice here. Benny is saying left just out of outrage for the Philly cheesesteak. Riley is saying left. They do look like the soles of a miner's shoe. That's very true. So it seems we're all going left. It's true. It's true. I think you should write a strongly worded letter to Sheffield Wednesday, Benny. And sign it on behalf of all of the people of Philadelphia. The salted herring sandwich wins, but not by enough margin. It's got to be said. Right. Bristol Rovers are offering a jerk chicken loaded fries, which, to be honest, is probably the best idea anyone from Bristol has ever had, for £8. Or the pork Wellington at Huddersfield Town, which is included in a hospitality ticket and therefore is free, except for the £200 you have to pay for the hospitality ticket. Liam is saying right. Benny is saying left. Riley is saying left. The Wellington does look depressed. But it is, quote-unquote, free. Allegedly, with your expensive hospitality ticket. So far, it's at 2-1. That's a very good point. Who the fuck has a pork Wellington? I'll be honest. I can see how a pork Wellington would be good, but I can't see how that one would be good. Especially because that's not really, like... It's not pork, it's like reconstituted pork. Alright, we have a Polish hot dog from the Chicago Fire, which, let's be very clear, is not in Poland, therefore this is an American hot dog. They're just pretending it's Polish. For £11.20. Or Grimsby are offering this equally sad sack of shit for half the price. Polish hot dog is spicy, it's true. We have a touch more flavour than whatever the fuck this is. Oh my god, we've got two lefts. We've got two rights. It's... To be fair, this has probably been cooked in a bain-marie. So it's going to be awful. But this also looks really fucking depressing. Despite the spice, I think I'd probably rather pay half the price for essentially the same thing. So if I'm going to decide, it's going to be this one. I was wrong, but Philly have the worst prices in the league. $18 for a beer. What's that in real money? Like £3? £4? I don't know. Anyway, Sunderland are offering this sad piece of shit hot dog for £5. Or Sport Club Internacional of Brazil are offering a 4 sausage hot dog for £3.75. So here, sad fucking boiled sausage in bread, £5. On the right, for less money, 3 extra sausages and some bloody cheese. There's cheese in that. I am inclined to say right on that. I think we all look right here. We all look right. I think probably. It wasn't even fucking close. Wasn't even close. Right, that was today's Scrandal. And we are just below the community average, which feels a little bit depressing. But it's okay. I've been called below average before. I'll be called it again. And I'll get over it. So we have Scrandled. And now we have a game against pretend Chelsea. I say pretend Chelsea. It's real Chelsea. But it's their children. We are playing Chelsea Children. That's not their official name, obviously. They're not called Chelsea Children FC. Otherwise, they'd be on BBC more often. That was a low blow, wasn't it? Even for me, that was a dodgy one. Hi, Simon. Welcome in. I was concerned that I'd not seen you. I was beginning to contemplate a wee search party for you. Let's drop Gray for McElroy. Hope you all are just back from a gig like a young person. This is why you tell us you're watching Status Quo, isn't it? Just got back from a gig like a young person. Saw those young whippersnappers. Status Quo. And they liked it. 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 Frank Turner. I think I've seen Frank Turner. Biggest game of the season. Let's win the Mickey Mouse Cup. Indeed. I have a feeling I've seen Frank Turner. Pretty sure I saw him at Slam Dunk a couple of years ago. I did. I did see him at Slam Dunk. He was fucking awful. The team of plumbing in 2022. Fair enough. Like, he's a very good singer. I'm not knocking the guy, but I remember now I've confirmed that was Frank Turner I saw at Slam Dunk. He went on just before NoFX, and the last song he played was Linoleum by NoFX. And the entire reason I wanted to see NoFX in the first place was because I wanted to hear them cover that song, and they couldn't, or hear them perform that song, and they couldn't because this fucking prick had just covered it. And not well. He did not do a good job of the cover. So I'm not knocking the guy's talent, but I am disappointed that he stole a moment I paid a lot of money for from me. As Keelan Smithyman finally scores a goal. Had a happy few years and went downhill. There. It's a really good lineup that year as well. He was the worst thing about that punk stage lineup, which also had Anti-Flag on it and I want to say Blink. George Henry's support was poor too. Fair. It's weird having poor support as well, because there's a really good punk scene in this country right now. It shouldn't be hard to find good support. This country's got such a strong punk scene right now. Stronger than it's been in about 30 years. I can't imagine why that would be happening, but, you know, I'm not saying that poor times economically yield good punk, but there's often a correlation. Can't imagine why. But I'm sorry to hear that he wasn't well supported. I am strongly contemplating going to see Kiefer Sutherland live next month. Yes, as in Kiefer Sutherland the actor, for anyone asks. Yeah, he's a really good singer. He's a really good live show. He's a bit of a... No, the actual actor, Kiefer Sutherland, is a musician. He's a very good musician, very good singer, very good guitarist. Very much of the country blues tradition. Great storyteller, lovely guy. Cannot say enough positive things about him. So I saw him 6-7 years ago, and it was like middle of March, and it was pissing with rain, and he still came out after the gig to where everyone was stood in like the smoking area outside, and he spent 3 hours chatting with everybody. Made sure he took a picture with everyone that wanted one, gave autographs to everyone that wanted one. Probably spent 10-15 minutes each talking to all of us that were there. Lovely bloke. Genuinely lovely fella. But his live set was incredible. And he was telling stories about how he got into music, and he was telling stories about his parents and the people he's met throughout his career. There's a guitar he still plays on stage that he was given by Merle Haggard. And he was telling the story about how he was invited to go and meet Merle Haggard, and he was one of his heroes, so he obviously said yes. And he goes along, and they were just chatting about music and guitars, and Merle Haggard turns around and he gives him this guitar. And he says, you know, if you're going to go out and make music, this guitar's always served me well, like, take it with you on your travels, good luck, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, on the way home, he heard on the radio that Merle Haggard had died. He'd literally died not long after he left. And it was like, it's this kind of really bittersweet story of like, he literally just got to meet his hero, got given a guitar by one of his heroes, who wasn't around by the time he got home. And then in his live set, he plays a bunch of Merle Haggard songs on it. That's it. There is a reason he did a Sky Cinema home movie about being in a panto. He's very proudly British too, for a guy who's only barely British. like, not nationalistic, but he does point out quite often that he was born here. So, but like, yeah, he's worth seeing. I mean, as I said, that musically he's very good. If he comes anywhere near you, he's worth going to see just for the stories alone. He's very humble and very honest. Lots of stories about how he'd be doing something one night, and then before he knew it, he'd have got drunk and smashed up a bar and couldn't remember what had happened, and that's why you shouldn't be an alcoholic, kids. That kind of thing. But yeah, lovely guy. As I said, very entertaining. Very, very entertaining. His band is very good. He's an excellent frontman. And a lot of times when you see someone who is famous for something else doing music, you do feel a bit Nepo baby about them. But he doesn't really give that aura. Oh, Keelan Smithyman scores again from the penalty spot, because that's the only place he seems to bloody score from. I remember years ago I saw a band called Metro Station, who I'm sure some people remember. And it was very clear to me they only got as far as they did because one of the members was Noah Cyrus. It was very clear they only got as far as they did because Noah Cyrus was the drummer in the band. And while he's a perfectly adequate drummer, they were never as a band in danger of taking over the world. I would certainly say he is not the most talented member of his family. Or even potentially in the top 3. So, you know. But, I feel bad for the kid, because there's quite a lot of talent in that family, so... Swindon Town's 6-game unbeaten away run ends. Wow. Can only be Football Manager. We'd never manage a 6-game unbeaten away run anywhere. How are the mighty Town doing? 5th in League 2. Harry Boyes is the manager. Harry Boyes. You know you're in the future when a lad born in 2001 is the manager. Because in real life he's what, 10? Southend United icon Harry Boyes was born in Barnsley. Began his career at Manchester City. Moved to Sheffield United. Went on loan at a bunch of places. Don't know how he became an icon at Southend. Oh, wait, he did play 358 games for him. Wow. There we go. Anyway, we've got to go beat Oxford United next. And I suspect that will be the last game of the stream. I strongly suspect that will be our last game. And I don't know do I dare ask what's happening on Liverpool Women FC's Twitter? Do I dare the ask? Right, hopefully all of our players are back from international duty now. I do not know how we are still 5th after that awful run of form we just got through. Do not know, we'll never know. Let's review the team selection. You cut back as in a deep dive on Fuka Nagano and how important she is to Liverpool and Japan. Okay. Well, I understood some of those words. Can I pretend it was all of them? I obviously know what a Fuka Nagano is. I know what a Liverpool is. And indeed, I am passingly familiar with the concept of Japan. I believe they were a band in the 70s. And I found the likes of Arsenal and shit, Liverpool, Twitter, en masse saying, nah, she's overrated, wouldn't get into any of the bigger clubs. Valid. I mean, you do what you do. You do what you need to do to make shit happen. Make people stay, you know? The squad's looking very thin all of a sudden. I do feel like I probably want another... I think we're going to drop Ortega for Palomka. Just because I feel like we need more wide options. Hopefully that will sort out. Right, let's go beat Oxford United, the Dirty Pox. We will go and get them beaten. And then I feel like I am entering a race with TJ. Oh no, TJ has disappeared. Wowzers. Well, there we go. Let's do it. Let's get that sorted. Carry our last performance into this match. We'll do well. We'll do well, lads. It's alright, that. Right, let's have goals. Let's have goals. End the stream by winning the varsity match. So what we're going to do, we're going to win the varsity game. The first varsity game of the season. We're in 5th. They're in 21st. I didn't say the varsity match had to be even. They were in blue, so that's alright. It's because it's a varsity match. We're wearing yellow because we don't have to wear blue. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Ingram Shepherd's playing as a 10 again, which I don't really like happening, but there's not really a better choice right now. So that's fine. Once we have everyone back to full fitness / returned from international duty, felt we're doing better. Hi Maxwell, welcome in. How are you? Welcome to a very soon to be ending stream, I'll be honest with you. Okoye heading it clear. Out to Arthur, to Debiche, through for Arthur again. Come on, Chris Arthur with another goal to round out the stream. Let's do it. I don't know how on earth he's managed to miss that from there. That was poor. That was poor. I'm good, mate. Thank you very much for asking. Be better if we can win the varsity to round out the stream. If we can win the varsity game, we'll be good. There, it was close. It was close. It was close. It was close. Do not panic. We will beat. We will beat Oxford. We'll beat them. We'll win a varsity. It's okay. Everyone's getting their blues today. Don't think there's a blue for this one. I should know I've got a half blue. Like in real life, not on the game. I should have a better idea of what gets you a blue than this, but I don't. So, don't really know what to tell you. Everyone's efforts so far, blah 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 blah. Not with your performance today. Go do your performancing somewhere else, please, with your performancing. Come on, let's do it. Let's do a goal. And goal. So just one goal will do it. One goal would change our lives. I am tempted to swap Ingram Shepherd with Hilton for a little while. Do that very quickly now while I remember. Just to see if they do better if I swap them round. Geronimo Manson. We've just been scored against by a fella called Geronimo. I'm not convinced I like that. That feels like I'm being trolled. Feels like I'm being trolled. Because a guy called Geronimo has just scored a football goal against us as a professional football team. Pretty sure that's not how that's supposed to go. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan. Right, let's make changes. Right, sweeping changes. We're going to stick Chris Arthur up top, and then we're going to replace our entire attacking midfield. And then we'll replace Whittaker with Carbone. And then we'll replace Debiche with Boakye King. And that's going to turn this game around. That's what's going to... That'll be it. That'll be what turns this game... You mark my words. That's how we turn this game around. Because I feel like I trust Chris Arthur as a striker. Because he scored some goals so far since joining us. Feel like he'll probably score one somewhere as a striker today. Admittedly, Palomka would never get anywhere near our squad normally. And Arthur's picked up another injury. It's like his second injury since signing for us. Recent signing, young goalkeeper trainer just found out that a 6'7" goalkeeper, 20 jumping reach and 19 aerial reach. Is it wrong to be tempted on that alone? Absolutely not. That fella's saving everything. I would sign that player in an instant. 6'7" with that kind of reach. Abso-frickin-lutely. He's got good reflexes as well. Peter Driver finally scores. If he's got good reflexes as well, basically you've got a goalkeeper that's never going to lose you a penalty shootout. Almost nothing else in his attributes needs to be any good. And he'll be a worldie. Right, we're back on terms. We're back on terms in the varsity. More encouragement. More goals, please. More goals. And hopefully Chris Arthur survives. But more goals. Just one more goal. Bragging rights like. Demand more. Someone score a goal. Highlight. Anything. Well, that was quite an exciting non-event. 1-1, we didn't lose, so that's a victory on a moral basis. I would be keen to suggest to you guys that's a moral victory. Who is doing what out there in the world? At least they didn't win exactly. We didn't let Oxford win. And that's very much what we're all about, is not letting Oxford win. It's... There's... It's a quiet night out there tonight. Very quiet night out there tonight. Still in playoffs though, so that's good. How long's Chris Arthur out for? 3 days. That'll be fine. That will be just fine, and indeed, some would say, quite dandy. So, I'm having a look, seeing who is out there in the world. Let's go have a look at... Do you know what? Let's go see Dan. Have a good night, Leah. Have a good night, everyone. We're going to go and raid Dan because he's currently on a mission to do some musicy things. I'll be back next stream. Be weird if I wasn't. But yeah, we'll go see Dan. Everyone give him a follow if you're not already, because Dan is a lovely fella who deserves all the love in the world. So we will hit that raid button right about now.